Hello, everyone, and welcome to Survivor with Jamie, Jack, and Colleen. My name is Colleen.
I'm Jamie.
And I'm Sue, and guess what? Someone pissed me off tonight.
I thought about that too. Welcome to the show, everybody. We are here to talk about season, 47, episode 13, 40 episode 14, titled Bob and Weave. Which I feel like that's lazy because Jeff's the one that said the Bob and Weave, right? It's lazy. It's lazy episode titling when you use a Jeff quote. Anyway,
I'll agree.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, so we had part 1 of the finale. It was a double episode. We lost Andy and Genevieve. I'm not gonna lie, I was really bummed. Mm-hmm. Like Andy going out was pretty much perfect for the way they edited him the whole season, where at the end of the day, he got recognized for how good his game was, but that hubris was what did him in.
And it was like, Rachel, of all the people, like the first person he tried to like bond with.
Exactly.
Down.
So like that was really like a very like deep full circle kind of moment, but I was still bummed to see Andy go because I was kind of rooting for him by the end. Like
I'm mad because I changed my pick.
Did you really?
I remember I had Andy the whole time, and then I talked myself into
Genevieve though, and you still got a point.
Well, she went 5th.
She did, but we never did those picks.
Okay.
So I'll give you the point because
we
never did that. We went back. We did our final 5s.
Okay, then I'm happy now.
Yeah. I'll give you the point for that.
I figured Andy made himself a target by not only he came up with a plan, but the switching back and forth.
I thought there would be the switching back and forth and the fact that everyone knew about the plan, but who knew that it was going to be that he was still tragically underestimated until he made the case for himself. And that's just like such like poetic irony, like on Andy's point. Like
he was so confident that Rachel was going home. I'm like, dude, what are you doing?
That was a total black fly in my Chardonnay moment right there.
Well, and it was just sort of
death row pardon 2 minutes too late, but not for Rachel, for Andy.
That's a little bit ironic.
Don't you think?
the sad part of all of it, because to me it's like, okay, yeah, this is like full circle. You know, I love that. But the part that like really made me sad was just the fact that he tanked his game because his desire to impress Rachel was so strong. And it's funny because we've had this happen as a theme in this season where it's like people getting mad because they're not considered a threat.
Yeah.
I really like Andy, but he is a Reddit thread come to life.
That's perfect. Yes.
I like him. I'm genuinely upset that he's not going to be in, like he's not in the game. As soon as we had that scene, I said to Zach, "Oh, Andy's gone. Like Andy's gone." And if I was Rachel, I would do the exact same thing.
You bet.
Because she knew she could. She probably thought that she could beat Andy over Sam, but like once Andy was like, "Let me make you an itemized list of all the reasons why I should win." Again, it wasn't great for Andy either. Like that was a silly move, but
he should have saved it for the jury.
Should have saved it for the actual jury, and that would have saved his game. But so I am bummed, and we talk about this on the latest broadcast because Amanda, has never really seen Survivor, and Shandy and I, we have a policy, like we try to talk about, not a policy, but like we try to talk about Survivor at the end of the show. So anybody that doesn't watch it, they can stop it then. But Shandy and I were so excited about Operation Italy that we could not help but talk about it when we recorded last night. And Amanda was like, that was the stupidest thing I've ever seen. I was like, oh my God, you haven't watched like 20 seasons of Survivor in a row where we've had boring vote outs. Like, this was great. She's like, no, this was stupid. I don't like Sam. I don't like Genevieve. Andy's growing on me, but like still don't love him. And I was just like, and Shandy and I are just like, oh my God, this is how casuals view Survivor.
Yeah. It's a whole window, right?
It's like, I want Rachel to win. And I'm like, oh my God. But so this brings me to my point here that I knew as soon as Genevieve didn't win that she was going home. And I said to Zachary, I was like, hey, Sam's going to tell on her that her idol is not. Yeah. And which is what I would also do to save my game. But I was so bummed because I really liked Genevieve. And if this was not a 2-part episode, setting up the Genevieve versus Rachel thing makes a lot more sense. But we still have another 2-hour episode to go. And it's kind of giving me like Ben and Mike vibes where like, we know who's going to win. They're telling us this is who's going to win. This is why you should want them to win.
Yeah, it's like a really obvious.
There's no suspense anymore. And like having Genevieve in it at least gave it some suspense. Definitely. But like, who else is it's so stupid. It's so freaking stupid that Sue does not. She's like, I'm still here too, Teeny. I'm still here too. And it's like, guys, you guys. Mm-hmm. Teeny, you have literally believed every single thing somebody has ever told you. You voted for Sam in the end. like,
and you've been on the wrong side of the vote almost every time.
Yeah,
quite often.
And give Genevieve credit. I said last week, I go, she's going to be out because she can't win a challenge. She wins her first challenge.
Yeah.
And that was awesome. And she almost won this one, if not for the wind or whatever it was.
Yeah. Oh, I was so mad for her. Like
I was so mad for her too.
You didn't see the fish string where
production. No, where they blew a feather in its direction. Because that's what it feels like. It feels like it. And this is not any knock on Rachel.
Yeah.
You've been playing an amazing game, but like I think a lot of us don't like when production, and it's not her fault that they're editing it like that, where production is just like so heavy-handed. Like,
right. Yeah.
Well, I think Rachel, that one time where she jumped off onto the platform, she jumped off and it shook the thing, and it made she probably would have won it earlier if she didn't the springy thing, the platform, and she jumped onto the she jumped off. I'm like going, ooh, and then you could see it because she went back and looked at, I don't know.
Yeah, anyway. I don't know. But when the wind or whatever, when God smited Genevieve, like I was so mad because it's all rigged up so it's very touchy and it's easy to fall over, like you were saying, but she wasn't even on it anymore. She was far away from it in the sand, getting her ball, and the wind was
it wasn't straight though. So
yeah.
That's not it was anybody's. Like none of them were straight.
That's what I'm saying, but that's why if it's straight, it probably doesn't fall.
Yeah.
Who knows?
It was a very frustrating challenge. I mean, we see these challenges all the time. It's not anything new. Having them have to stack on something round gave it a little bit different of a feel, I guess, but it's pretty much the same.
I thought it was pretty
a word or whatever.
I thought it was pretty dangerous because they have that spike thing at the end. It's like a and they're on this wobbly thing. I go, what if they fall and
wrong somebody?
Yeah, at least it looked to me, because I was like, oh, that's wobbly. It looked to me that it was pretty low to the ground where your like, perception of balance wasn't thrown off too much. That
I could see Andy in that challenge, and they're they're medevacing him out because
we would need to figure out whatever way Andy could hump something in that challenge, because they would have showed it to us.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that in fact, it looked like Rachel at one point was going to throw her.
Yeah, there was cussing. There was lots of cussing. I was thinking the whole time, like, this is a challenge that Jake and Owen would have totally broken, like entirely destroyed.
Yeah.
Nobody was
I probably would have chucked that thing. I would have been so pissed.
Straight into the ocean.
So if I was Genevieve and I knew I had lost, I would have chucked it. Who chucked theirs recently? Somebody chucked theirs.
Yeah, well, he broke it. He slammed it down.
Who was that? Was that Jake? That was Jake.
Yeah.
That was a temper tantrum. Okay.
Jake and Owen both had,
Owen stepped on it, right?
That's right. That's right.
Reaction.
And Jake broke it, which kept him from competing.
But he immediately apologized. Sorry, Jeff.
Sorry, Jeff. I lost my temper.
I thought the gameplay over this last 2 hours was outstanding. Don't get me wrong here. The thing with Rachel keeping the idol, she pulled a Wentworth. Of course we didn't get 11 Rachels do not count, but it was still a great moment for her. That was great gameplay. And then, because it almost looked like at the end that Genevieve and Genevieve must just be, she's a corporate lawyer, so she's used to obviously high pressure situations in which you're friends with your nemesis, yeah. Nemesis. I used to work with lawyers, and they would go up against each other in court or wherever, and then they would, hang out at luncheons. So, it takes a very specific type of person to do that. Not a bad type of person, but somebody who is very competitive, but also can compartmentalize. You're not going to be my enemy at the end of the day. I'll get you next time or whatever. So yes. I understood that. Plus, she just seems like a very chill person in general. That is not you, Jack, but okay.
Yeah, I like that they weren't just.
Did you just point to yourself like I'm chill?
No, I was stabbing.
Yeah,
I thought you were pointing yourself, and I'm like, yeah, the most chill.
Oh, you beat me in court today? Ah!
But no, I appreciated it, and I was angry on her behalf. I was like, do not hug them. You almost won. You go out there and you be like, I don't know, big mistake, huge. I don't know.
She finally hugged somebody, and because she's been so standoff. And
it was the person that voted her out, which brings me to my other point. So it almost looked like they were they voted for each other. They had made that agreement, but I feel like maybe they also plotted okay, Sam, cause chaos, tell them my idol is fake, and that's my last stand. And I almost feels like, based on the reactions, because her reaction was like, oh, no, he did not. It was very
that is an exact mockery of what
exactly happened. So I feel like that was their last plot to one last stand, and good for them, I guess.
I like Sam. Well, obviously I wanted everyone to know, so of course I told Teeny.
Yeah, that was so funny. And Teeny immediately, as soon as she was like, I want the wine, I said to Jay, because he was watching at that point, I was like, oh, she's gonna say some things.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. There's
she's not gonna remember what she says, but this is gonna be really fun.
No
for us.
Alcohol tolerance with this one.
If you put a bottle of wine at the end of each challenge for her, she'd be a challenge beast.
Yeah. But that would be good for her.
She ripped through those challenges.
But that was so funny though. And that's why, and if I ever go play Survivor, I have thought about this several times while watching Merge Feast episodes.
Yes.
I would not take a sip of alcohol until the very end, because I also have loose lips, and I know that, and I don't want to have a shitty $3 $2 chuck ruin my game because I had too much of it.
Give Sue credit. She didn't say a thing.
I know. Very good for Sue. I don't understand why she doesn't realize she's the GOAT in this situation. I would love to hear her perspective after the game is over. And she gets no votes at the final. Because she played this tough person, but
Sue is an observer, but she doesn't really make any plans. She's always in.
Which again, that's smart. That is smart if you don't want to put a target on yourself.
Sure.
But she's also not doing anything but being loyal to the people.
She's just trying to she's playing the loyalty game, because she said several times, I told people who I'm voting for, and I don't lie.
Yeah. But that doesn't.
I mean,
other than like Sandra, how does
the
that
only
get
chance
you?
if say it's her, Sam, and Sue, she might have a chance. I guess.
I think
maybe.
Sam. If Rachel's not there and it's her, Sam, and Teeny, I do think that Sam wins.
Yes, I don't see Teeny and Sue can't win.
No, because again, they've gone out of their way to tell us just how much on the wrong side of the vote Teeny is every time.
Now,
she even gives confessionals saying I was wrong again.
Yeah, I'm a mess. I don't know what I'm doing.
They got me.
She was telling the jury that.
She was like, "Yeah, I just can't seem to get anything right in this.
I don't know what's happening." To Sue's credit, though, I wanted to put the note down on here because there is a lot of things that I don't see doing, but it seems like when she does step in, and not when she's just like complaining about somebody she doesn't like, but when she steps into that game mode, she is usually really accurate. Like, so her observing has
she is a good observer.
Because she's the one who told Rachel, like, don't trust Andy.
Yeah.
Like, don't trust him.
Yeah. He was here bragging about you.
Yep. Yeah. So she's got a good read, but I don't think she has enough of a game she can sell.
They said all that stuff in front of her. So like it wasn't so much that she had to read the room. She just had to literally sit there
and that one for sure. Yeah. Well, and I think that if you are watching Andy's game, it should just be noted, like, don't trust him because he's switched sides like 20 times now. So,
and I was looking forward, like Andy had grown on me so much where I was looking forward to him going to the final three and explaining his game. I don't know how much it would have helped him.
It would have taken an hour and a half.
But you know what? They would have, and that's why we have a 2-hour finale next week.
That's what it is.
Because even when he's at Tribal, his answers take forever.
As somebody who also is long-winded, I take offense to that, good sir.
Well, I'm sorry, but at some point, this is going to be me and the jury. Oh, shut up! Just get to the point.
See, I don't know.
You lost my vote.
Perception is most of it out there. I don't know how much he would have swayed people in a group setting.
Yeah,
but. Like, I was looking forward to that, and I really am bummed that Andy didn't make it further. So,
yeah. I'm pretty bummed.
He had a chance.
He did. He had a chance. He blew up his own game. I mean, because even after the big move, even after everyone knew Andy did it, he was sitting in such a perfect position where he did have a resume that he could have brought into the jury and laid it out and explained to everybody how underestimated he was. Look at Marianne. Marianne is the same kind of, they don't have the same personality, but the same kind of thing where Marianne was in on a lot of moves, but everyone just looked over the top of her head until jury when she laid it all out. And then everyone was like, oh my God, you're right.
Well, Marianne changed her game, and also Andy kind of changed his game.
Yep.
Yeah. He was the out of control person. Marianne was the out of control person. And then they flipped.
In different ways, yeah.
Yeah, and they flipped. And like I said, he just got a little too cocky.
Sure did.
Yeah. So, like, again, I was really bummed. And what did she say to him as he left? She said something like, hold on, I wrote it down. It was something like, you are very convincing today, just not in the way that you thought.
Ooh.
I was like, ooh. Also, though, why would Rachel play her block a vote then when she knew she was going to be safe?
Well, she had to.
Why?
She had to play it at 6.
Oh, is that what it was? Okay, yeah. I forgot about that.
I don't know why she took Sam's vote away, just maybe to...
That's what I was curious to. Was it just to be like, I don't know.
Screw you, Sam.
Yes, throw some weight around.
Like she wanted to do a dagger to both.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's what it was.
She said, okay, say, because when they're sitting on the beach, they were the original tribe members.
That was so. Yeah. Okay, can we just talk about what an amazing feeling that would be in that situation to know that you're safe, to know that you have another advantage, to know what you're about to do to these two guys who are like, you're so dumb, you're going home.
Yeah.
Like, the whole time just knowing that.
And she's crying and saying, it's
I'm kind of jealous of her in that moment, because so few of us get that moment where we know we're going to have revenge for the stupid things that are being said to us.
But we all want it. Yeah, like she definitely got to like fulfill the ultimate survivor like dream or whatever.
Well, she's very smart, very she's a good poker player.
Yes.
She did not break at all. She could have easily said, I'm not going home tonight.
Right. And
one of you are going home tonight.
I've noticed something with Rachel during tribals, because when you have a favorite that's like Andy, it's a nerve-wracking, because he's one of those that Jeff could just say just the right sentence, and then your favorite player could just sit there and sink his own ship with what he says. Rachel is the opposite. She's always involved, and she always has something to say, but she's so careful with her words. And that's pretty impressive, because she doesn't sound like she's being careful with her words. Do you know what I mean? Like, it sounds like a casual conversation. Somebody like Caroline, you can tell she's being very careful with every statement that she's making. So
Genevieve's the same way.
Yes. And that's the lawyer thing, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But it's really fun watching somebody like Andy right next to somebody like Rachel. and just see that juxtaposition. But
yeah,
it's an interesting group we have, but I'm with you. I'm like, now we kind of just know how it's going to go.
Yeah, if Rachel gets to the final three, I mean, she knows how to do fire.
I mean, at this
Teeny was saying,
I
can't beat her in fire. I can't beat her in the challenges. She's got a great chance to win. If it's a puzzle challenge, Sam ain't winning. Teeny's not winning a puzzle challenge. I don't think Sue can. Is Sue good at the puzzles?
Sue hasn't been good at any of the challenges so far.
Just that one where you had to hang on to that turn thing. She was pretty good on that.
Yeah. The thing is, like, I don't understand why they split this up into two parts when it's so obvious that Rachel is going to win. Like,
I don't understand.
It's kind of like whatever that we, did our final whatever last week, like, because like it's so obvious that she's going to win.
Like you guys were saying in the beginning. You guys were saying in the beginning, maybe it should have been an hour and a half episode, and you kept Genevieve in there.
Yeah.
For the final, because then you don't know. Because right now, again, I don't see how Rachel loses.
Yeah.
Unless she just can't do a fire. But odds are if she wins, I think she'll probably take Sue with her. No, I would. No, you know what? I would probably take Teeny with me so Sue could beat Sam in the fire.
That's a good point.
Because Sue probably knows how to make fire.
Yeah, I wouldn't put past Sue know how to make fire. But yeah, it would be wild though if this is the season that they decide that they're going to stop doing fire.
I would love it, please.
Well, they already said it though.
Oh, did they? Yeah, they did.
Jeff said he goes, yeah, and then you just have the fire. Again, they got to come up with something new. It's old.
They need to come up with something new. They came out with the fire thing in order to let like Ben win, and now again, there's nothing against Rachel. She's played a great game. It's just they're basically told us that she's gonna win, and we still have to watch like a whole nother 2 hours to figure out like, oh, is the second place person gonna get any votes, or is she gonna
if she doesn't make the finals, your final three is Sam, Teeny, and Sue. Mm-hmm. Is that the worst final three of all time?
Well, that would be like in season 43 where we had Cassidy, Gabler, and who was the third person there?
Okay.
Yeah, in which Cassidy should have won at that point, but Gabler ended up winning. Like that was a disappointment. That was a very Owen. It was Owen. You're right. It was Owen. That was a letdown for an otherwise, pretty good season.
Yes, but okay. So I am curious, actually, to hear in Rachel's point of view, if she considers Sue more of a threat than Sam.
Maybe. No, I think that she considers Sam a threat because she respects Genevieve, and when she was talking to Genevieve and Genevieve said Sam would be the next person, I do think that she considers Sam to be a threat, especially now. Like, it would be silly for her to not, at least in the back of her mind, when you've got like 5 other people telling you, hey, you make it to the end, you're gonna win. And nobody is saying that to Sue, which is what is driving me nuts about Sue, is that, like, yes, you're loyal, but like, you literally just witnessed your ally get a gazillion votes against them.
Yeah.
Because they're going to win it, because people are saying if you go to the end, you have our vote to win. And you're not doing anything to counter that. You're not going to anybody to be like, hey, she's got an idol or
also
anything.
If you have that red paint idol and you have it this whole time and you never need to use it, wouldn't it stand to serve you better if you're in a position at the end, you know, you're not getting voted out? Why play it? Why not take it to the jury with you? At least then you have something. I've had this idol the entire time. I've never
but don't forget the last thing that they saw before they went off to play last year was the like 16,000 idol in my pocket.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, Jamie, but you got to play it.
I would have played it.
I mean, how pissed would you be if you go, I didn't play it?
Yeah.
I guaranteed also, Final Four.
Sam and Genevieve could have forced a tie too. It probably wouldn't have had a different outcome, but like, they voted for each other. But if you take those votes off, then you have 2 votes for Genevieve, 1 vote for Sam, which was Teeny's vote, ironically, and then 2 votes for, let's say they put it on Teeny. Let's say they put it on Teeny because
I think they would have put it on Sue.
But yes, but Sue was going to play her idol, and nobody knew that.
But like, they didn't know. Nobody knew she had an idol.
Exactly. So let's just hypothetically say that they went for Teeny, which nobody's targeting Teeny because nobody sees Teeny as a threat because she's out there at tribal councils being like, you know, oh, they got me again. Shucks.
Derp derp.
Like, I love Teeny. She's my winner's pick, but like, yeah, it's really funny. But let's just, for this example's sake, they could have at least forced a tie, made it interesting. I think that it would still have been Genevieve at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get so. If I'm Genevieve and Sam, I would have put 2 votes on somebody.
That's what I would have done too, especially suspecting that there's enough suspicion that because what if Rachel was so convinced that she put a vote on somebody else or whatever? Like, you know,
if they split their vote.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like, it didn't make much sense. Well, for Sam, it did, because Sam's like he was hoping everybody would believe it.
Yeah.
And vote for her.
I've got to say, we've watched Sam since the days of Gata, and I feel like of anything he's done in the game, tonight was the first time I actually really watched him play Survivor.
Oh, really? No, I've been watching him play since the merge.
I feel like this is the first time he really... I mean, he was, you know, he did part of the Operation Italy thing, but like tonight, his little, I feel like he had all the pieces in correctly this time without a big group of people supporting it. I think this was his standout move.
Interesting.
Yeah, I can see that.
But even then, it looked like it was done with Genevieve, so that's not like great. It wouldn't surprise me if next week. Well, actually, let's take a commercial. Anything else from this? Otherwise, let's take a commercial break, and then I will continue my. Actually, no, whatever. Okay, my headphone just almost fell into my tea. That would have sucked so bad. But it didn't. So here we are. It wouldn't surprise me if next week it ended up being like Teeny and Sam in fire, right? Rachel, I'm gonna assume Rachel's gonna win immunity because nobody else has come close to her. I'm assuming she's going to take Sue as a reward for her loyalty that we've seen. And it's going to come down to to Teeny and Sam. It would not surprise me if Teeny wins, then Rachel sweeps. if Sam wins, I wouldn't be surprised if he got at least one vote from Genevieve, like a loyalty vote for him, and then ended up getting second place. And the vote was,
I think
what is it, like
I think Genevieve's
8-1-0.
I think Genevieve's already told us who she's voting for. Rachel. She respects her game.
That's true. That's true.
They were combatants.
They're best frenemies.
Yeah, exactly. I think she respects her game, and I just can't see anybody winning. Maybe who was Sam's early alliance with the blonde
Sierra?
Sierra.
Yeah.
Maybe Sierra votes for her.
Nah, I don't think so. Sierra's seen everything since. I don't know. I don't see that. So are we predicting that Rachel's just going to sweep next week?
If she gets in the finals,
I just can't see it going another way unless she doesn't win it.
I can't see it going another way. Like, I can't see her not winning immunity. I can't see it going another way. It bums me out that we've got a 2-part episode because I've got to wait a week to see what I already know is going to happen.
Yeah. Again, if Sam wins, he's going to take Teeny with him and make Rachel and Sue do fire.
Ooh, that would be delicious.
Because Teeny already said she can't do it.
Yeah.
I mean, she just. I mean, I don't know why these people go out there
and don't burn fire. Yeah,
not know how to make fire before you get on the show, because it's obviously a big part of the game. Life is fire. Your fire is your life.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what. Whoever wins should take Teeny with them, because Teeny, I would want.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know.
I would want the person that confessed that they didn't know any of the votes sitting next to me at the end.
I don't even know how to spell fire.
I mean, at least Teeny will get $50,000, right, for finishing in third.
I think so. It's $1 million, $100,000, $50,000, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I would. Yeah.
I mean, after taxes, it's probably about 10,000, but still.
Well, yeah.
Take it. Do they have to do California taxes? Is that the? Since they're
I have no idea.
Place.
Do they have to? Yeah, they probably do, since it's in. Well, the show was in Fiji, right? You have to pay Fiji taxes. If there's taxes you have to pay there. I don't know how that works.
Yeah.
I know, like, if you're an athlete, you have to pay taxes wherever your team is.
Yeah,
every city you go to visit, every state, you have to pay taxes there too.
Interesting. Yeah.
So when you play, say the Padres are playing the Arizona Diamondbacks, they pay taxes in San Diego, California, and then Phoenix and Arizona.
Oh my God, that sucks so bad. Good thing they make $1 gazillion.
Yeah, that's why people don't want to go play in Canada.
Oh,
you're
yeah.
You're paying Canadian taxes, you're paying American taxes, and you're paying taxes in where you. I mean, they're still making. They're still making lots of money, yeah, but still.
Yeah. Juan Soto, ridiculous. That's stupid money.
Yeah. I was shocked.
As I said, and then we're gonna move on. As I said to Jay and my family, who they're Yankees people, I was like, imagine getting paid, having FU money to pay somebody this much, who has only been good, maybe like medium great, but not spectacular over the last like 3 or 4 years. And you just
Soto?
Yes,
Soto's been good since he came up.
Yeah, good. He was great. He was a big whatever. He's not been like super whatever for the last like 2 or 3 years.
He was good. He was solid with the Padres. Very good with the Padres.
Yeah, lots of people are solid.
His problem with the Padres is he walked too much.
Again, a lot of people are solid, and that's great. But are you really like $740 gazillion million?
No. And the fact is too, he's not a good base runner, and he's not good defensively. The difference between him and Ohtani is Ohtani brings people. Well, we'll see if he pitches again, but he brings people into the seats. Soto, nobody's paying to go see. But he did help build a fan base in San Diego.
He's on the Mets. Nobody's paying.
They'll get more people there. But what I'm saying is, if you're going to Pittsburgh, and the Mets and Soto are coming to town, you're not going, oh, I got to go see. I want to go see Soto play.
Right.
If
Exactly.
Ohtani comes to Pittsburgh, you're going, oh.
But that's my point. Okay, that's my point. That like he's not.
Ohtani's contract is literally being paid for by all the money they're making from Japan and everything else. That's why if the Padres owner hadn't died, we probably would have got Ohtani. But I digress.
Anyway, back to Survivor. Sherry says that their taxes on the win depends on the state in which they live. Yep. So, like, kudos to the people who live in, like, Tennessee and whatever
or Texas or Florida. That's the first thing I say is like, I live in Texas. Okay,
I gotta get. You know what? Before I go on play on Survivor, I gotta go set up a PO box.
Exactly. I'm in Texas. That's where all my exes live. I'm in Texas.
Oh boy. Anyway, any last thoughts about this 2-hour first part finale?
There were a lot of commercials.
There was a lot of commercials.
Yeah,
there was a lot of really great gameplay, and I don't want to take away from that. Again, my issue is that it feels like we're on the this person is Thanos inevitable, and
I really enjoyed.
Why am I going to watch the next one when there's nothing? Like they should have just let Andy go and then given us the Genevieve versus Rachel suspense.
Exactly, I agree.
Unless this does go full Thanos and all of the former players from 47 come back and then go after the winner all at once.
Yeah.
Ooh, that would be super. Or
fun. She falls in a hole somewhere and they can't find her.
Yeah.
And say, Rachel just didn't show up, so we're gonna you three are in the finals.
Who's it gonna be?
Yeah, on your left, and John Lovett comes back, and we're like, yay!
Third place is 85,000. Okay,
85. All right.
No, that's not
bad.
That's
respectable.
Yeah, I would take that. Really love it.
I take $85 at this point.
Same. Yeah, I would love it if Lovett came back in and he was had the Captain America appearance, But
didn't I pick him? Didn't I win a point because he went out first? And that I picked him.
You did. You did.
Talk about that.
He went out first. Okay. Any last thoughts though on the very good gameplay and the questionable decision to? I don't whatever. Again, I'm not going in next week to be like, my God, who could it be? I'm gonna be like, oh my God, is she gonna get sweep it or lose by one vote or whatever?
And the thing is, they knew the picking order before they announced this 2-hour, 2 week, 2 hour. So they knew what was going to happen. So the only thing I'm thinking is we're going to get blindsided and Rachel doesn't make it.
Which I kind of hope happens as a viewer, but I also don't kind of hope happens because I think Rachel's played a great game.
I want the best player left to win, and that's Rachel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
It would be nuts, though, if all of a sudden it's Teeny wins the game.
Yeah, I couldn't see that. I think I might be done watching Survivor.
I think there would
No.
And I like Teeny, but come on. Come on. Unless they just completely. What's that one girl that won the one time and then completely hid the editing?
Oh, Erica.
Yeah, Erica. I mean, come on.
Or Michelle. At least we had bits and pieces of
Michelle's. Okay, so
at the end of the game,
Michelle was winner's edit. Marianne was towards the end, and then Erica was out of nowhere. Yeah. Which is also what Gabler was too, and what Cassidy would have been if she had won. The editing was all over the place.
I'm still salty about the Gabler thing, but okay.
At least he really did give all the money away to charity.
Yeah, I mean that's a good thing.
Kudos to him for that.
But if Rachel doesn't win, guys, then who is the most likely?
Sam.
Sam.
You think so?
Yeah.
All right.
Nobody sees Sue as a threat. Nobody sees
Caroline can make a case for Sue, but I don't see it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Even if she reveals that she's not 45, she's 58. And I've been out
blindsided.
Because then I would have been on the jury going, why did you lie about that?
I don't get it. You're a badass. Be an old badass.
Yeah, I mean,
you're a middle-aged badass. You're still middle-aged at 58.
You're tough as nails. I don't get why you're I will never understand that.
No.
Hopefully she explains it. Hopefully, like, we're asking Bloom to ask her, why did she lie about her age?
Well, because this cast is all very weirdly obsessed with not being looked at as not being a threat.
Yeah, and honestly, I think that it is intimidating, though, to go into a situation where everybody else is so much younger than you that you just want to fit in and even the playing field out. Because even
it's literally my life every time I walk into my
really, I'm really only 45, but I can pass for like 20.
Like totally.
All the parents are so much younger
Say
than me.
less,
all
people.
This school stuff.
Yeah.
So
it
is
class of 2024. Woo woo.
No, but like because I could understand that, like, because even like in his subsequent, like, post Survivor whatever, Lovett has said that he had this moment where he realized that, like, oh, I am 42 and everybody else is younger on my tribe, and like this is weird to just not be able to connect with them on certain basic things.
But in life, I've been I'm the old person now. It doesn't really just.
And how do you know that we're not rolling our eyes at you when you turn around?
You probably are rolling your eyes at me.
I
that old bastard doesn't recognize my power to win the game.
You've been using the same jokes since you were young.
I know.
But they work.
They work. I mean, what are you to do?
But okay, so maybe what the defining thing is,
do they work though?
When you have an age difference.
No, you're pretending that you're 42 years old, but you're really 63.
Jesus Christ.
62.
Yeah, I'm the old person here.
But you're really 62, and you think that because you're making jokes that you made when you were 42.
There you go. You just feel young again.
Yeah, well, it's because you get to a certain age, you can only remember the jokes that you made at 42. Am I right?
That's fair, actually. Now, but maybe part of it is when you have a big age gap, but I think one of the biggest common bonds you're going to have in any social situation, if there's a big age gap, is where you sit in pop culture. Like, what is your knowledge
I think that is
the other side's pop culture?
And the vernacular is a little bit different. Like, I was listening to Kylie Kelsey's podcast, and like people kept commenting, like, I'm seated.
Number one.
Yeah, I know. And people kept commenting I'm seated. And I was like, what does that mean? And she even mentioned, like, I didn't know what it means, but I took context clues and I was like, okay, you are clearly like 15 years younger than me because I don't even have these context clues to understand what I'm seated mean. Then I went on Urban Dictionary to look it up and I still don't understand.
What's it like, glaze? And there's some other, I go, I don't know what people are talking about.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things people use on Twitter. Oh, this guy is, I go,
there's so much. There's the glazing. There's no cap. There's skibbity toilet.
No
there's
cap.
Mewing.
What skibbity do or whatever? Like that sounds very inappropriate.
Yeah, the skibbity toilet thing is not cool.
Like, do they know what skeet means? Because back in my day,
I've never even heard that one.
Skeet.
But see, that's where I would say, again,
it's a sexual term in a way, but it's not fully sexual.
But if you're 58. Like I'm 62, and if people are using those terms, I'd be like going, all right, guys, I don't know what you're talking about. Get me going here. That's how you get, that's how you make contact with people. That's how, if you're just sitting there going, I mean, you have 24 hours a day, you're sitting there. I'd be going, all right, guys, I'm old.
I don't even know what skibbity means, but yes.
You got to tell me what that means because I'm old.
Well, you could actually use it to your advantage as a way to bond because you could pretend like when you get the phrases, when they tell you the phrases, like you can use them incorrectly. You know, the crazy old guy using no cap incorrectly.
It's like on
you
The
could
Office,
be their Tarzan.
Like The Office where Daryl would tell Michael terms black people use that weren't right.
Yes. See? You can
in The Office.
Yep, you could absolutely do that.
But I think it's a bonding. I mean, it's how people. I go, well, when I was your age, this is what we would say and stuff like that. I think it's interesting. I mean, you're sitting there, to me personally.
Yeah. Unless you're Sam, because I feel like anything new coming into Sam's horizons, he's just like, huh?
Strawberry.
Sam is an old soul. Sam is an 86-year-old in a 25-year-old body.
Yes.
Who's never tried any fruit.
Yeah.
So like kudos to Sam. He's a very attractive young man who definitely is a very, very old soul.
He's not into the hip hop the way he thinks he is.
For the record, I would absolutely drink a bottle of wine with Teeny. I just want to put that out there.
I'm sure you would.
I would love the opportunity.
If you are ever in Raleigh, hit me up, Teeny.
You know, actually, I think you're going to find out that Sam would have hit on Sue if he knew that she was 58.
Oh, there you go.
Because he's 86 at heart.
Oh, she's 45. She's too
young for me. I will say this. I do enjoy that everybody has been likable, even the people that are meant to be more like villainy or foils. They are more like foils than like they're all likable this season.
I can say with full confidence in myself that the ones I didn't like left fairly early.
That's true.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, let's take a quick break. When we come back, we will, I guess we'll tally the votes. I mean, I don't know.
No emails again?
We have an email from Mandy.
Okay, Mandy.
Yeah. All right, we'll be right back. Okay. We have an email from Mandy. And Mandy says, Doggy Andy, I think she means damn it. But Doggy Andy is out on because it's sent from my iPhone.
Wait, is this one of these new? Is this one of these new hip terms that the kids use today?
That's right. She's got Gen Alpha kids.
Yeah, no, this
Doggy Andy.
It's her little adopted puppy that she got and named Andy.
Doggy Andy. Oh, her dog. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay, that makes more sense.
Thank you for translating Mandy speak. Doggy Andy is out on this season after his winter pick went home. He went straight to bed after the first tribal. The final 5 immunity challenge might be the most frustrating ever. That was very frustrating. At least Sam made it through. What I want to happen, Sue beats Rachel at fire and Sam wins. Teeny is a 0 vote finalist and Sue only gets a pity vote. What I think will happen, Rachel beats Teeny in fire. Rachel beats Sam in a close vote and Sue gets 0 votes. Wow.
Interesting.
This is very interesting because I truly think that Sam beats Teeny in fire and that Rachel either sweeps it or somebody else gets one.
Guys, I think we know why we have a 2-hour episode.
Ooh.
Because everybody has a theory.
So maybe it was a mistake that they sent Andy home because Andy is terrible at the challenges.
Yes, he is. But like I said, he can hump a mean pole or whatever.
Yeah. He's got it.
Okay, here's a thought. So Sue is very loyal. If it is Sue versus Rachel in fire, does Sue just like lay down and be like, "You're my tribe mate, go for it"?
You're like a daughter to me.
Yeah.
I used to have another daughter, but she got voted out.
But he put when she voted Andy out, she put in parentheses Sweet Caroline at the top to like show like this is revenge for Caroline.
I couldn't see what it was.
Yeah, it said Sweet Caroline. Sue says, I posted this on Facebook, but the answer to why Sue's face is so dirty, she was frequently tending the fire and soot would get on her hands. She was constantly touching her face with her hands. Sherry, do not come at me with logic. I still think, oh, no, I said Sherry and now my Siri is going nuts. No, do not come at me with that. I choose to believe that she knows how to make her face look wonderful.
Again, I can see that, but there's a whole body of water just.
Yeah, if you'll notice, they had a water challenge. They had a water challenge, and she was squeaky clean the rest of the episode.
There you go.
Also, though, like if she was frequently tending to the fire, does that mean she's a fire challenge threat?
I think she is. I think she knows how to make fire.
Maybe the contouring jokes was just like, Chekhov's sooty face to tell us that she was going to win at fire in the end.
There you go.
Anyway,
I did want to say what was bugging me is when Sam Andy and Rachel were sitting there. They had
sand.
sands by their eyes. I was like, please get that sand away from your eyes. Please get and they went to tribal. It was still on their eye. I was like, get that sand away.
I couldn't understand that.
It was driving me crazy. I go, God,
it was painful to watch.
Yeah.
We were all
I don't understand. Like, do you not realize, like, as a person that like has eye issues, like, how do you not realize that there's like freaking kernels of sand like in your eyelashes? Like,
there's nothing worse than getting sand in your eyes.
Not pleasant.
Well, acid would be bad, but sand is up there.
Daggers.
Yeah.
You know.
But I didn't understand that either, and I hope somebody addresses it. I feel like that's a thing that Dalton Ross or Mike Bloom would ask.
Yeah, it was driving me. I go out to the ocean, wash your face, wash your face, wash your face. Bring Sue with you and go wash your face.
I suppose if you're sitting there in the beach and you're sitting where there's just sand everywhere. Anytime you touch your face, you just
it happens. I mean, I've been to the beach and it's like when you're watching.
Yeah, I was crying for their tear ducts. Like, oh God.
Okay, it wasn't just me. I feel better.
No.
No, it bothered me so much. Okay, moving on to the tally the votes. So we all had Andy final 3, and
I lost all of my final 3s.
Oh, I know. So nobody gets points for that, but 2 of us had Genevieve making the merge, so we get points for that. Which means
pre-merge.
You had pre-merge.
Jeez.
She didn't have a great impression in her interview videos. And she got almost like no screen time in the very first episode.
True that.
So
we didn't even know who she was.
Exactly. So Jamie now has 8. I finally have 5, and Jack has 7. As far as this week, we went back and we did our final 5 picks, but we never did the 2 vote out pick this week. So, I guess that's a wash. But Jack will get a point for Genevieve. So now you guys are tied 8-8, and I
have a question though, because I had Sam as my first one going home, and then Genevieve as my second one going home.
Oh yeah, so let's go to the final 5. Jamie and I both had Genevieve going home at 5, so we actually then both get a point for her anyway.
All right, so I didn't gain anything.
No, but that's fair, right? Because we forgot. Okay, I don't want to be unfair. Do we want to now that we have more information revise our top 4? I don't mind.
I'm totally okay keeping mine in the order.
I'm okay keeping mine.
That it fits, because now Rachel's the win. Now that Andy's out, Rachel would be my logical next place. So, because I had her behind Andy just for fun.
Okay, see, I would switch Andy with Sam because I think that Sam's going to the final 3 at this point.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Because it was kind of like hit us over the head with it, but that's fine.
I already missed my opportunity to get him out this week, so
true. I guess just extra points for extra points' sake. Do we want to make predictions for who's going home at 4 in week 14? I'll give everybody a chance to get an extra point.
I'll stick with Sam.
Yeah, you know what? I still feel pretty good about Sam. Yep.
I'm going to go with Teenie. I feel like Teenie's going to lose fire. I think Rachel's going to win. I think she's going to take Sam. I'm sorry. I think she's going to take Sue. And I do truly think it's going to be Sam versus Teenie and fire. And I think Sam's going to win.
I'm sure Rachel knows that Sue can make fire. Why would she take Teenie? I mean, why wouldn't she take Teenie? You want Sue
because I think she wants to reward loyalty.
I think she wants to win $1 million.
Okay. But just for the record, these predictions are only good for who wins fire.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry. Who goes out at fire? I'm
saying Sam loses to Sue in fire.
Okay.
I'm going with Sam too.
Okay. So I'm going to put a little note underneath because we might forget next week. But this is
Sam goes home for fire.
Who loses fire? So there we go. This is again we are doing miserable with points this season. So this
I'm not trusting my gut on anything I'm writing.
And also,
even though next week looks pretty obvious.
Oh, shoot. Jamie gets a new winner's pick.
Yeah, it's going to be Rachel.
Okay, hold on. You want me to switch it?
Yeah, just
that's pretty easy.
I know.
I'm so bummed that Andy. I had her and Andy being the final two. So yeah.
Why couldn't Sue have gone out today?
Why couldn't Teeny have gone out today?
You guys won't be saying this when Rachel goes home next week because I just totally cursed her game.
Is it?
That's true.
It's 1 point now, right? It goes 15-10, 5-1. Okay.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Sure.
Well, when you have your 40th pick,
I feel like it's a friendly pat on the back and a thumbs up at this point.
Yeah, agreed. All right, there we are. Here we are. Almost at the end of all things.
Yeah,
we're gonna watch
all things I've
part
enjoyed.
2 next week. And it's gonna be great.
Yes.
It will. It'll be fantastic.
If you have any emails for us, survivorjjc@gmail.com, please send it our way. We would love to hear what you have to think. Jamie, Shandy, Amanda, and I are trying to schedule a patron bonus show for before the finale airs. There's a little bit of a scheduling issue with Amanda has some family in town, and they're gonna stay where she's gonna record, and we got to figure all that logistics out. If not, we will do a wrap-up show, but we are very much going to try to at least do a half hour, 45-minute bonus show, because Amanda is a casual, and she sounds like
a real casual with her.
She was with her. I want Rachel to win. I don't like Genevieve. And we were like, blah. Listen to the broadcast when it comes out on Friday,
Taking it too personal.
We did take it a little personal. Yeah, listen to the broadcast when it comes out on Friday. Even if you don't listen to us normally, broadcast with Amanda, Shandy, and Colleen, it is within the first 10 minutes, I believe. We start and then we just go on this tangent and talk about Survivor. And then it's like, oh, that's right. We were talking about something else. We need to get back to this. So anyway.
Important topics.
Yeah, thank you to the patrons, especially the ones that contribute a certain level. Ed Cart, Rigner, Maggie, the Magnificent Joanne with the Plan, Ed the Creepy Poopy Ed Millman. Thanks so much. If you'd like to be a patron and listen to the girls only, what is it? We're not like the Black Widow Brigade, but we're a brigade of some sort. Patreon.com/danjack. And anyway, I think that's it. I don't think there's anything else. So on that note, guys, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching us live if you're here. Are we going to record live immediately following the finale next week? Or
let's wrap it up.
Yeah.
Okay. Well. So, all right, we're gonna be live.
I mean, it's gonna end at 10, but not 11, so that's better.
Yeah, that is good. So it'll be just like this. So we'll talk to you then. On that note, my name is Colleen.
I'm Jamie.
Jack.
Peace out, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.